Welcome to Davey's Takes. Today we're going to talk about some Cleveland sports stuff. I was gone for a week, so a lot has happened, so I will try and wrap this up as quickly as I can, but I don't want to miss anything. I'll do my best. First, we're going to talk about the CAVS, of course. And since I made my last video, they've played 6 games, and to no surprise, they're 6-0 in those games. I'm not going to go into crazy detail like I do for each game because I missed so many, but I briefly want to talk about all of them at some point. So we'll first talk about the Nets. CAVS versus Nets, we won 110-97. We looked a little rusty at first, but then we started pouring it on the third quarter. We knew that was going to happen right around the All-Star break. One of the games I do want to kind of go into a little detail about was the CAVS versus the Knicks. It was in Cleveland, and we kicked their ass. This was a big game going into it because I feel like the Knicks have had our number the last couple of seasons, especially in that playoff series. So playing against them strong, I think, is important for this team. But we dominated this game offensively, defensively. Donovan and Mobley played extremely well, efficiently. Ty Jerome, we're going to talk about more Ty Jerome, but Ty Jerome, my God. CAVS Grizzlies was a great game. Things were intense, chippy. Mobley stuffed the stat sheet. Donovan Mitchell looked great in the first half. And what I took away most from this game, since we didn't have Garland and there were points where some of our stars weren't looking, utterly perfect like they normally do, it was just promising to see our second unit kind of pick up when they needed to. And that's just promising to see, especially for contending teams. I missed most of this game because, like I said, I was out of town. But CAVS Magic, holy shit, what an ass whooping. All I have in my notes is Ty Jerome and DeAndre Hunter were killing it. And we shot nearly 60% from 3. Now we're going to talk about the biggest game of the week. CAVS Celtics. One of the biggest games in the regular season this year. Definitely for us. Celtics came out hot, I will admit. But it didn't fucking matter. Oh, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown combined for 82 points. Who gives a shit? Donovan Mitchell, 41 points, 5 assists. He went into that huddle when they went down 25-3 in the first quarter and said, hey, we just got punched in the fucking mouth. What are we going to do about it? Evan Mobley was stuffing the stat sheet again, like I always say, like he always does. And this was a game we were down the whole time, but we kept fighting back. And yes, it's concerning that we've been down big against the Celtics pretty much every single time we've played them. But I will say, it is extremely encouraging to see that this team does not give up, especially against a team that just won the NBA championship. This was in Boston. They were trying to kick our ass because I think they're tired of hearing about Cleveland. And we came out, we won this game. I think this was important for confidence and let them know that we're fucking here. And then yesterday, we played the Trailblazers in Cleveland. It was concerning to see us down by that much against one of the worst teams in the league. I know we didn't have Donovan Mitchell, but I still think how great our team is. We should still kick their ass. But I'm not going to lie. I loved how we crawled back from that game too, because it was mostly our whole entire second unit. Ty Jerome and DeAndre Hunter. Ty Jerome might be the best player in the fucking league. I think he's the number one story of the CAVS this past week. He has been incredible, showing up when he needs to. And then DeAndre Hunter making those huge shots at the end of the game. He had over 30 points and obviously looking great defensively. And then Ty Jerome, again, he had 6 steals. This was a game where our main starters just weren't playing that well, or they weren't even playing. Darius didn't have a great day. And our second unit, again, came up huge. And I think that is such a great sign for a contending team. To know that when your stars aren't playing that well on certain nights, we have a second unit that can pick up the slack, and then when the starters need to shine, they will. This is a great week for CAVS basketball. We are 50-10. Everything looks like it's clicking. It looks like we are playing our best basketball at the right time. DeAndre Hunter is fitting into this spot seamlessly. Defensively and offensively, we look incredible. And like I said, the biggest story of the week for me is just how great Ty Jerome is playing. He is fantastic. Let's talk about the Guardians because spring training has begun. We are getting so close to opening day, and I'm so excited. But first, gotta say rest in peace, Larry Dolan. He was the owner of the Guardians. He's had great success in Cleveland. He also founded Fox Sports Ohio. But when it comes to spring training, we're not really winning games, but I think it's most important to really look how our prospects are doing. And I think some of our young guys are showing out. I saw Travis Bonanza had a home run, which is great to see. Luis Ortiz impressed the team, and people are really high on Jonathan Rodriguez, one of our outfielders. I also see we might trade for Luis Robert Jr. from the White Sox. He's shown some great upside, but he did struggle last year, and a lot of insiders picked us to suck. You know what I say to them? Fuck them. And now let's talk about the Browns. Honestly, I don't think there's been much news since my last video. Now it's more of like mock drafts and stuff. I know the combine just happened, but I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I guess we'll see. But one of the biggest stories for the Browns in the last 10 days is that Adam Schefter pretty much said we're going to take a quarterback at 2, whether that is Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. And I said in my other video, I'll be all in on either or if they decide to do that. If they really believe in one of them, I'll be the biggest fan. You'll know me. It's going to go great. I'm not worried at all. We cut Juan Thornhill. I'm not really surprised about that. And Myles Garrett said he's not going to sign the extension, which I think we already knew that. But who knows? I mean, it's a lot of money. Maybe he'll see how many zeros are in that check and he'll want to stay in Cleveland. I don't know. It looks like some insiders think there's an offer from the Bills to trade Garrett for a first-round pick and one of their edge rushers. I personally don't think that's enough. I think we need at least 2 first-round picks if we want to trade Myles Garrett. And I think right now the 2 teams that have the best odds to get Myles Garrett are the Eagles and the Commanders. So I'm curious to see what they're going to offer there. But unfortunately, it sounds like we probably can't even trade Myles Garrett till after June because we would take a huge cap hit if we trade him, say, before the draft to get picks. So that's fucking dandy. So I don't know what we should do, honestly. Like, if the offer for Myles Garrett is insanely great, like we get like 3 first-round picks and some other shit, you probably have to do it, but I'm not great with the cap stuff. It just sounds like we're kind of in a fuck situation like we always are. Joe Antonio talks about possibly retiring. Browns legend. I would hate to see him go, but I totally understand. We might sign Arlick Jackson. I don't think I said your name right. I don't think I said it right. I apologize. But he was a very good tackle for the Rams last year. One of those names I think that goes under the radar. And you know what? I'm all for that. We need an offensive line anyway. It seems like Shadeur's more open to the idea of going to Cleveland. I mean, I don't know. It's like not that surprising to me, but at the same time, I'm a little surprised. I guess we'll see. Juwan Jones had knee surgery to address some issues this past season, so hopefully he's healthy when he comes back because he was great the year before. And we might have to cut Dalvin Tomlinson for cap reasons because fuck you, Deshaun Watson. But yeah, that's all I have from my end for Cleveland sports updates since I've been gone the last 10 days. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I probably did. I mean, the CAVS are rolling. Spring training has begun. And the Browns, it's going to be interesting to see what we do leading up to the draft. So if there's anything I missed or there's something you want me to talk about, please let me know. I really want to hear. And thank you so much for watching. Click here to see more of Davey's Takes.